Hello, welcome to Invictus. Before we can start talking about the 997 Gen 1 convertible, please press that subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Well, let's get into it. And by which I mean we will drive it away. The 997 Gen 1 is my favorite 911. That is for the reasons because it's a raw analog car, my opinion. And some people might want to say modern classics. To me, it's a classic when you compare it to the 911s that we have touting around in today's age and time. Let's drive and talk. If you're wondering why the exhaust sounds so good, it's because it's got the upgraded Designtek sports exhaust. The first topic I'd like to cover is a little bit of the history of the 997. Firstly, these started to be designed and developed by Porsche as early as 1997, and then coming up to 2004, this is when they introduced them to the world, and they were being built and sold up until 2008. And in 2008 they had a mid-cycle refresh, and they had another model which was the 997.2, or to some people a Gen 2. Today we're going to talk about the Gen 1 and why I love it, which brings me to the second topic. Personally, I like the way they drive, the way they handle, the rawness of it. It's an amazing relationship between man and machine. It sounds absolutely amazing, and there aren't many cars, especially Porsches out there, that still has the heritage and the pedigree and basically the way a 911 is meant to look like that the 997 has, which I can say about some of the other models in the Porsche lineup. In terms of this engine, it has the 3.6 litre indirect fuel injected boxer flat 6 engine. It produces 240 brake horsepower. Torque wise is 370. The 0 to 60 is possible in 5.2 seconds, which is quick enough, and the top speed is 177 miles per hour. Overall, in terms of a package, what this soft top convertible offers is plentiful, and I don't think you could compare something like this to many other cars or to Porsches out there. In terms of the soft top, this is another topic that I would like to cover. I personally, if I had to choose to have one of these, I would have it in a soft top as opposed to a coupe, because the soft top puts that smile on your face when you want to get into it, this fresh air that you can feel through your hands, through your hair, through your body. And a soft top basically connects you with a car more than a coupe would, because of the lack of sound insulation. And that can't be said about the coupe. In terms of spec, everybody will have their own opinion. Overall, I think this has the must-few specs that you would want, such as cruise control. So if you're going down to the south of France and you want the car to do the work on the long motorway runs, as opposed to you continuously having your foot on the accelerator, it has that. It's got the essential heated seats, extremely good heating and cooling system. the multifunctional steering wheel, the Bose sound system, which sounds absolutely amazing, and it's got the European navigation system. Now in terms of the outside spec, this is in the Porsche Arctic Silver Metallic with the 19-inch Carrera Classic wheels, xenon headlights. The side door mirrors are electrically adjustable and they're heated. In terms of the overall, characteristics of the 997, these are extremely desirable and consistent with the evolutionary idea of Porsche, then as opposed to creating something that isn't part of and in line with the heritage and philosophy, which of course the predecessor with the headlights, it was a bit of a Marmite choice. Some loved it and some hated it, and the 997 really appealed to everybody, both the purists and both newcomers. And overall, these cars drive absolutely phenomenal. They handle superbly well, and they still hold and maintain that nimble Porsche shape, which unfortunately can't be said about some of the newer model Porsche 911s. Now in terms of the sports exhaust, the Designtek sports exhaust, it sounds absolutely amazing, and let me illustrate for a moment. I'll have my foot on the accelerator. I hope you can hear how wonderful it sounds. Having been in the driving seat of this and driven it and enjoyed it quite a few hundred miles, all I've got to say is, if you are looking for a car to enjoy and to have fun in, and for something that puts a smile on your face, don't ignore or opt out from buying a convertible Porsche 911, especially a 997, because for the price they cost, they're worth every single penny. And the best thing about them is how well they hold its money. And the last thing that I wanted to cover on these, which is a must, because I think someone out there will comment and said, hey, please talk about the bore scoring or the IMS. This has the uprated IMS bearing, and in terms of bore scoring, the 3.6 litre don't suffer with bore scoring as much as the 3.8 do. And obviously there are many views to people. Some say it's because of this and some say it's because of this. Well, my opinion is that it doesn't suffer from it as much as the 3.8 do. But overall, something like this is now over 15 years old. It's a modern classic. You've got to look after it, maintain it, make sure it's serviced and looked after as it should be. From a maintenance point of view, just to give you a rough idea what sort of works are normally required on a 911. This had the front coolant crossover pipes, the front coil springs, one of the rear shocks was replaced. It's had a new clutch in 2019, and overall, from a servicing and a maintenance point of view, these are things you would do every 2 years or every 4 years, depending on how many miles you're putting onto the vehicle. Currently this has done 94,250 miles. The past, I think 30,000 miles of it has been motorway miles, because I knew the previous owner and he worked in a factory in Sunderland. Well, he basically managed a workforce of approximately 6,000 people there in a factory, and pretty much the past 30 or 20 to 30,000 miles were motorway miles. So something like this shouldn't have to require as much maintenance work as you would expect of a car that is probably driven on local roads, because they will get a bit more abuse as opposed to something that's driven on the motorway. So I hope you've enjoyed our drive and my assessment of the 997 Gen 1 convertible, especially the 3.6 litre with a manual transmission. Don't forget to press that subscribe button, give us a thumbs up, and comment if you think we've done well, and still comment if you think we could do better. Thank you.